remains the key point. Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina can all go Trump, and Kamala can still win the election.
Yeah.
As long as the Nebraska, what is it, Nebraska 1? Is that what it is? I forget. Whatever that Nebraska,
yeah, whatever.
Whether
the one that's a swing district by
the swing
Omaha,
district,
yeah.
as long as it goes, there you go, 270 electoral
And the
votes.
poll, that one looks like pretty much it's in the bag for them based on what we've seen.
That's what I've seen right now.
But yeah, so if you get that and you get the blue wall states, and I do feel like based on the polling we've seen and based on the tea leaves you can read from the early vote, the blue wall states are going in a different direction than the Sun Belt states, which would make sense.
It's hard to say in PA, but in the rest of them, in Michigan specifically, it does look good for them. Yeah.
And it would make some sense, right? I mean, just given the different demographic groups, how they're shifting and realigning the campaigns, different strategies, et cetera. But, you know, if you want to understand the Kamala Harris strategy down the stretch of like the Liz Cheney tour and the, you know, the going on Fox News and the fascism democracy pitch here at the end, I think it's all because they see those numbers with independents and they feel they need to shore them up. And they're concerned that people's top two, you know, the things that are holding them back from Harris are, number one, Trump's favorability creeping up a little bit, so he doesn't seem like as bad as he used to seem. So trying to, you know, remind people of like the worst parts of him. And number two, that they can't quite envision Kamala Harris in the commander-in-chief role. And so, you know, that she's too liberal and she's a lightweight, if that's the core of the campaign's analysis of why they think independents aren't quite as firmly in her camp as they were with Joe Biden, like that's what is leading them to the strategy, which again, it's not a strategy I'm particularly in love with, but that's, I think, the way that they're thinking about these things. And so we'll see. The big question, you know, one of the big questions with independents is previously, a lot of times there were significant numbers of independents who were just like basically Republicans who just didn't really want to call themselves Republicans, but then always voted for the Republican. Now you have a trend of a lot of young voters who are new into the system who don't want to call themselves Democrats and have all kinds of issues with the Democratic Party.
But will vote Democrat.
But will vote Democrat. And who are, you know, who are ultimately like, you know, a lot of Bernie type young people who are like, no, I don't really associate with the Democratic Party, but there's no way in hell they're voting for Republicans, especially young women. You know, I think that's particularly like a significant trend there. And that was one thing. We're going to talk some about the Nevada early vote numbers, which, by the way, I do think look, you know, good for Republicans. I don't think there's any like spinning that away. But one of the things that was being pointed out is a lot of the independents who are voting in Nevada are pretty young. And there is this trend in American life now of young people identified as independents, but disproportionately voting Democrat. So anyway, we'll see how it all shakes out. We'll see if those people show up to vote on Election Day or before.
That is a good corollary. And that is one way where Nevada could still go blue, is if the, what is it called, other, I think, on the ballot? It's not independent. It actually is like unidentified or something.
AVR maybe?
So, yeah, I think that's what it is.
But anyway, other. We'll just go with that.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.